Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Path of Exile. We are playing in the Legacy League as a hardcore solo self-found Flameblast Elementalist. And we have built a build around hidden potential. So all we do is use blue items, magic items. Funny thing is, I don't actually have the hidden potential gem. So it's mostly just a self-imposed restriction that makes things more difficult, but despite all of that, this build is turning to be massively powerful, even with just blue items.
Powerful soldiers of a forgotten time, reunite and march once again.
So we have arrived in the Merciless Act 3 for this episode. The plan is to actually complete Act 3. That gets us to Act 4. To Dried Lake, to maps, to all of those good things in life. Okay, maybe take a small step back. They are throwing some violence at me. I do prefer to be the one throwing the violence back at them instead. But yeah, we are level 64. This is a 63 area. So, should be getting decent XP. Our level-wise, our power level should be on the mark. I mean, we're not massively over-leveled for the area or anything. We are using Mind over Matter, so our unreserved mana also counts effectively as part of our life. Once we start getting hit on our life, not our energy shield, but our life, then a third of the damage we take is tried to get subtracted from our mana first. Did it. So, if you add up all the life, energy shield and mana, then we have close to 6,000 points of health in some way, shape or form. Which definitely helps to sustain us. It's one of those things, if you can't rely on getting life and mana, or life and energy shield and percentage energy shield from your gear, then compensating a little bit with Mind over Matter definitely helps. It's one of those things that was a very nice improvement in 2.6. Okay, get around, and burn. Our lightning golem at double level, lovely. And is this? Yes, it is. Crematorium.
When you build something like this, you make persecution a way of life.
Okay, let's see if we can explode some of them. Oh yeah, leak stones. I have to activate my leak stones again. It's, as I mentioned before, once we kind of made it to this point, just trying to get through the areas as quickly as possible kind of takes precedence over completing the leak stones in an efficient manner. Oi! Are you silencing me? The goal. That's very rude to silence a spellcaster. It's one of those things that you really have to worry with all too often. Let's see, detonate, ignite, sure. We'll deal with them. Let's just explode all the things. And then we pick up the loot. The Orb of Storms definitely helps. Triggering elemental equilibrium curse on hit. Basically 2 very decent ways to make us do a lot more damage than normal. Oh, maybe I should unbox the enemy first before tapping the floor. Hello, Katarina. Okay. You want me to go this way? I'll go this way. I'm still looking for piety. If it's a side effect I can help you out, then hey, by all means. Oh, lovely. There's a rare mob and a ghost and an explosion. All wrapped up into one. Okay, find and kill. We can do that. And they are the exploding kind. And we're getting full on stuff again. Double the energy shield of our current one, but no movement, so too bad. And this one doesn't have anything worth taking. Okay, another thing to murderize. Ah, this is the piety room. Okay. Okay, take a step sideways, excellent. Then recover while piety does her speech.
My work in progress. Let's see if Wraeclast has been good to you, witch.
Okay. Just wait till you see the health bar, and a single shot was enough to take her out. And just let the burning and the scorching ray do the rest. And just for the sake of appearances, let's actually have a look for Katarina's undead. Only need to kill 2 more. Should be relatively doable. Exactly. Like that. Just a single shot, take a step aside. And she'll teleport in. Ta-da! Okay. That was rather painless. Clarissa. I'll take those keys, thank you very much. Then I'll take the opportunity here. Get rid of the items. Anything worth using here? Nope, nothing worth using. Ooh, now we're talking. Oh, 1 maxi, yes, that's just trying to frustrate me, almost on purpose.
Watch yourself.
Gregor, what can I do for you?
Tread carefully.
It's a large temple. Yeah, eventually all the tracks will point there. Let's pick up a random item. Hagen, yep, you heard. I'm gonna go dumpster diving.
Stay out of the shadows. They bite.
Okay, just empty our pockets and then we can move forward. Beyond, sure, that's level 71 in this case. Next, which means going back up the stairs. That is usually the fastest way to get back to the sewers. Exactly. Down here, down there. Bloop. Oh. Okay, note to self. Slot these things back in. And just remember to check in next area to replace one, and after that, don't care. So there's gonna be yet another bust to look for here. Ooh, bust sword. That's the Queen's Decree Shiver Sting. Can't be frozen. Decently useful property. Though wielding a two-hander for it is not gonna be overly useful for me. Okay, just double checking a little bit here to see if we can find the bust on our way, so we don't have to double back later. Oh, yo, Gloomgut. Okay, doing some damage. That's not. You got a yellow buddy. And there you did. Excellent. Onslaught League, sure, why not? Platinum Scepter, that is 30% damage. Increased fire damage. Upside, the fire damage will affect both burning as well as the hit. Whereas the spell damage I'm currently using only affects my hit but not burning. Oh. Downside of that is that I don't always burn with my attacks. Or I don't always ignite with my attacks. That's maybe the slightly more correct way to phrase that. Lightning damage. That has some potential. Decent ES prefix. Okay, well, carry that one along. Stock of ignite and crit chance, and you get a shield that has some crit chance on it. Okay. Next objective is to enter the warehouse sewers. Tag the waypoint, empty your pockets, grab the next bust. After that, make it through the warehouse. And then in the marketplace, grab the final bust in their sewers. And then make our way to the docks.
Sad creatures in dark corners. Seems they've been sad for a very long time.
Oh, cutthroat garb. Hey. Isn't that relatively endgame? Bronze lice. Lice. +2 level of socket movement gems. Attack speed, damage with movement skills. Increased evasion, increased movement speed, attack and cast speed if you've used a movement skill recently. Okay, so this is basically charge, whirling blades, something. If you want to use that as a main skill, could use that. I've never seen it before. At least I've never noticed seeing it before. That might be the more accurate description. Oh god. Might have mentioned before, I really don't like those heralds. They hurt a lot. Okay. Let's empty some pockets. A little earlier than planned, but still useful. So, let's see. I had a couple of non-unique items. So what's the other thing that will roll on here? Added lightning damage, and then that's a good excuse to not take it. This one, yeah, not really that great. This one, however, 24 lightning is a little on the low end, but the massive amount of energy shield would make up for that. Especially given the fact that I'm actually getting to the point where I'm overcapping my resists now, rather than trying to actually reach the minimum. So let's see, level 14, level 53. Generally just try to keep my unique items in no, just grouped up by rough level requirements. We were in the sewers. So that way, if you're gearing a character while leveling, you just open up the appropriate bin every once in a while to see if there's something new that you can equip after leveling, reaching certain stats requirements, things like that. And then the more I find, the smaller the bins become until, now in standard, I think I've got them at like 10 level intervals. With some of the more common levels having like 2 or 3 different bins just to hold all the uniques. But well, might have figured it out. I'm a little bit of a back rat. It's a habit I'm getting better at not applying all the freaking time. But still, it's things like unique items, they sometimes they can be build enabling, so it is useful to just keep as many as you can. Let's see, Ice Nova, Rares, Magic, Random Curse. We can fix that. Take a step backwards here. Okay, but that is the second of the busts, which is useful. So we can now just move forward. Also, let's recast our golems. The lightning one got nicked a bit. Okay, sometimes this just leads straight to the exit, which is why I want to try this route. Sometimes it's not where the exit is, in this case it is indeed not where the exit is. But I tried. It's the best you can do. So, the journey continues. Okay, so that was a, I think it was an elemental reflect, at least it was a regular reflect. That's a elemental reflect. Got some damage from various sources there, including some reflect damage. Another reflector. But ought to be alright. And there we are, Warehouse District. Okay, we did use up one of the stones. And we got ourselves another innovation. Items dropped by innovation bosses in the next area will be fully linked. Well, that is something I appreciate. We got 8 charges as well. That's going to be with us for a while. So, starting with the marketplace, I'm going to get invasion bosses, and that's probably going to last us for most of the episode. Okay. Probably should start paying attention to the bloody corpses. It's usually, you know, once you leave the first room. Otherwise you end up scouting most of the map and not really getting anywhere. For most of it. Downside of these more mobile foes is they dance in and out of the range of your Flameblast. Something like a decoy totem could definitely help you. Not the self. Corrupting blood still hurts. Doesn't really matter what build you're playing. Most of the time it just hurts. There was a corpse underneath this pile of corpses. Blackguard corpse, so that makes it more specific. Hey, Dying Anguish. I found one of those in my warm-up. I ran through Sarn, just the entry area, as my warm-up for the episode. Hello there, Onion of Souls. And there are more. Come on, there's someone. Yes, please run into the area of the explosion. Lovely. I'm definitely missing not being able to explode the corpses of the porcupines. Which is what I did with my Abyssal Cry Shadow. Because if they don't explode, don't shoot those corpses, they suddenly do a lot less scary damage. Ooh, Occultist Vestment, that is potentially interesting due to the spell damage bonus. But luckily we can now afford to ignore it because it did not roll with resists. Also, it only had 1 or 2 sockets. But we're slowly getting towards the more end game of armors. This is basically the Witch's counterpart to the Astral Plate. Okay, take a step backwards here. Definitely take a step backwards here because there's way too many spikes flying around. Clear. Haha, the Gemling Legion. Look at them, incinerated. Let's see, I was using Citrin, wasn't I? Yes, I was. This is not the Citrin I'm looking for. Similarly for this. Holy moly. 92 life, 36 gold res. Okay, if I'm overcapped on fire and lightning, or I need more life, this is definitely a nice fallback shield. As I mentioned in the previous video, the policy of just casually enchanting most of the white items into blues whenever I find them and discarding them if they're just even slightly not useful works pretty well, and it is relatively cheap compared to burning all of your orbs of alteration or turning your orbs of transmutation into alterations. Okay, bunch of bearers. Bearers definitely have a pretty long wind-up time. Makes it easy to just stand, fight, kill most of the pack and then flee the explosion. Or the chain of explosions, that's more likely. Oh, like there was one. Okay. Might have forgotten where the bleeding corpse was, or where the blackout corpse was. Anyway, eventually you will end up where you want to be. And there we are, on exit to the marketplace. So, bloodline stat does explain a thing or two. And we did miss the strong box. Marketplace is going to be fun. Because we got an invader. That drops fully linked things, and there's a piranha's chest, so there's lots of fun stuff. And look, an ornate chest with a Decanter Spiritus. We are already winning. Divine Life, technically that is a better tier than what I'm using. Bubbling of Burning Removal. Bubbling of Burning Removal. Do you say instant upgrades? Well, why thank you, game. I really do think I appreciated my youth. Think along. Also, that's an unusual amount of queens. That might be Invader Queen Boss, Mother of the Swarm, indeed. And again, set her on fire, so technically I did not need to follow up with an attack. Also, it is a 4 linked item, because all the items she drops were linked. But it wasn't enough. I do miss having a vegan next to the portal. So, most of the items we pick up, at least all the rares, we can just instantly sell them. Some of the more blue things we can stash. And Detonate Mines is a skill gem that does the exact same thing. We're overflowing here. Let's put it away then. The Detonate gem does the exact same thing that the button does if you're placing down mines or things like that. Only difference is, of course, it is a skill, and therefore you can put it in a cast on damage chain or a cast on crit chain or something like that. So it gives you some options, but it's I think it's drop only, so that is why it got highlighted and hoovered up. And mana and crit for spells, yeah, again, not really all that impressed. Okay. Next up on the list, a sewer. Also, I kind of burned a bit there, or bled a bit there. And there is a sewer. Excellent. Still a waypoint to discover, but we'll get to it. Also, there ought to be an invader down here somewhere, because small side area. Yeah, we got 6 charges remaining on the stone. So it's going to be one for the battleground, there's going to be one for the docks. Solaris 1, Solaris 2. Then we'll take it out to travel to the Ebony, which is going to be the 5th area where we use the stone. Solaris 1, Solaris 2. That gets us to 7 charges. And once more in the hedge maze, the one adjacent to it, the park. Imperial Gardens, I think that's the name. And then we are out of invader bosses. But until then. Oh, and hello there, Perandus Horde. The Golden Horde. So look at all those cast and damage taken triggers. Every vortex black hole is a cast and damage taken trigger of 500 damage or so. Cooldown is a quarter of a second. So yeah, it goes quickly. Instant gratification. Already used our new flask for the instant healing benefits. Whoosh. Well, that was a rather intense fight. We get a Perandus coffer. I think that's not on the list of things to find, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Also, these items have a bind time to them. Is there not a... It is permanent location, so... I seem to linger a bit longer than I want in a fight like this. Now you might just want to hit the item and then move along. Okay, looking for the invader boss. Found it, I think. At least found something. It's the burning dudes, isn't it? The book burner. And something set me on fire. Book burner might be on my list, so that would be lovely. Okay, actually managed to drop a fire orb on him, or a storm orb. And oh no, it's the fire starter. It's fire themed, but it's not a book burner. So that's unfortunate. Okay, does take care of all the reasons why we wanted to be down here. So, time to move back up in the world.
Come to me, Exile. Let us speak of death.
Okay. So that's one exit, that's not where we need to be. Strongbox, sure, why not? Might even turn out to be useful. Rogue Exile. I said useful, I got useful. Okay, if it's Igna Phoenix, then I'll be even doubly happy. SSF. Don't get me wrong, you're a Rogue Exile. We got a pretty nice item. It's the Advancing Fortress. I love this. It's a claw, but it also acts as a shield. That's just awesomeness. I mean, it's damage reflection, 15% chance to block on top of the blocks you would get for dual wielding. So dual wielding Advancing Fortresses gives you 45% chance to block. Level 12 Fortify on the skills that you socket into it. Boatload of enhanced damage, some evasion, some life, some energy shield. This is just a very nice item. I just like how thematic it is. Let's see. Occult investment for 5 sockets. That's at least something worth trying to enchant. On the other hand, we're getting close to Val Regalia, so even that is it's nice, but it's not gonna be insanely great. Life, poor resist. Just keep pushing forward here. If we don't find the waypoint before you find the exit, I will in fact just move forward and ignore the waypoint. Okay, looks like we have to be on the bottom left of the map rather than the top right. If the catacombs are on that side, then it could be either way. And there we are with the waypoint. Actually, let's empty our pockets. Itself, we don't need... I was gonna say we don't need to be in town, and then I glanced over at the quest log and I saw that we have Hagen's quest to hand in. So actually, we do need to be in town. And this is all just stuff we don't need. Lovely. That's just more currency for me. Verandas. Then we have an Advancing Fortress. That's a 46er. Statue. Fingerjig. Just grab a bunch more of those. Actually get rid of a bunch more of these. And turn a couple of these and a bunch of these into ID scrolls. So we burn through them like it's not funny anymore. Hagen, please. Thank you. Pleasure doing business. And we were going for the jewel socket over here, which is why I've been carrying around this one. Cold and lightning resist. So that just solidly overcaps us. Plus 11 on cold, plus 20 on lightning, and silly town o'clock for fire. Technically though, this is not enough for red maps, but for just playing and even for white maps, that's more than enough. So there is no need to actually go out of our way to pick up the fire resistance down here, because we are massively overcapped right now. At some point in the future, of course, that might still be useful if we sacrifice some fire on some gear in order to, say, pick up chaos or pick some other things up that are useful for us. Opal Scepters, that's probably going to be the thing we end with, because 40% elemental damage is just too sweet not to have. This one though prefers to have aggressive mods rather than caster mods. Oh, come on, stand still, will ya? There's some chaos stuff going on, but nothing we can't handle. Comes to do. Lovely. Chaos Res. But only Chaos Res with a lousy secondary mod is something we cannot afford to take. And the Perandus. Okay. That worked out well. It's just its ash color. Raging Spirits on kill. And it is a Perandus cache. We already opened a couple of those, so they won't count for the achievement. Exit. Yes, that was the plan. Exit's over here. So how are we with the things? Oh, yeah. Lovely. Next. So gem cutter strongbox, that is pretty nice. Also it's next to the entrance, that helps. Okay, you guys maybe just not be in the way so I can contain gems of experience. That is a very nice one to have. Skeletons less so, but we'll just... I thought I clicked it. Apparently I didn't. Lovely. Superior castment damage taken. That's the one of the few gems you don't want experience on. Ancestral Protector. Okay, just especially now that oh, you can buy the gems, but they're not leveled. It's useful to actually have those shrines with gems on them. Okay, so from here on we have two paths we can take. The unnatural calm up here is just a nice way to boost our energy shield. Over here, written in blood, is both a bonus for life and energy shield. More life helps us regenerate more life in the background and therefore protect us a little bit better against chaos damage. So I think for now we'll just take the journey over there and then go for it. So, hey, Forici. Assassinate the target, keep the hostage alive. That's just a different way of saying murder them all with a timer. Okay, somewhere up there. Upside is of course the timer also acts as a distraction. And it has a habit of aggroing the entire map. Those are downsides. Ah, okay, now you decided to join me. Lovely. And there is Forici. So you get a surprising amount of tank ability simply by drinking a life flask as well as your mana flask.
You getting by?
Okay. Fire res, that is one of the things we don't need right now. And just a bunch of things and mostly gems, so I'll just get rid of them and then back to where we came from. Just Fizz Reflect, that's nothing too exciting. Okay, we did get veered off a course a little bit compared to where I wanted to be, because of course we need to be on the bridge for the waypoint. And we went more or less towards the... what you call it? Solar Temple. Yes, exactly, that's... So, waypoint tagged, and we can pick up the ribbon spool. Corrupt and Aurelianus. pretty much a dead man. Wait, there's still an invasion boss to take care of. Somewhere on the map. Acceleration Shrine. That's vitally helpful for exploring a map. If you're looking for a specific boss, aren't you? Oh, hello there, Konu, Maker of Wind. You just heard I was looking for you, didn't you? Not complaining about that. Not complaining at all. Since for once in a very long time, it was actually useful that the flask or that the shrine was next to the exit. So I could just zip back, tag the invader, and then move forward. Rather than it just being gloating. Okay, take a step back, let the minions and the totem do all the thinking here. Okay, clear. Regular Piranha's chest. It's a good chance that I'll actually need to be in maps for some of the Piranha's things to trigger. Or I just need to trigger a lot of Piranha's chests. Because they might simply be rare. The caches are relatively common, for example. Start ring, sure. Another gem cutter. Would be appropriate if the Ravager would be the resident invader boss. Given that it's occupied this area for a while. But, of course, we'll see it if and when we encounter it. And once again, we are finding ourselves with a filled up inventory. Well, at this point in the league, we don't really need any more currency or more gems or whatever. Oh, that was currency. Let's keep that off to the side now. You're finding myself surrounded there. That is less than stellar. And that take care of that. Ooh, heavy belt. Screen boots. The purple mark of cannibalism. Sure. Blood them all up, then they can't eat anything. Extra fist damage. Oh, that's a little too exciting for me. Let's step back. That is one of the things I do like about hybrid live ES builds. If your energy shield is gone, it's a very nice visual indicator that there's a problem. But you still have more than half of your life left, even if you're fighting all your life. And now you got things like passive life regen and such kicking in to further protect your life, where energy shield will not, because there's no passive regen for energy shield in this build. Okay, there is a corrupted area, might as well. Monsters have fire as slightly annoying, but just pretend everything is a map boss. We're doing massive damage anyway, so it doesn't really matter. 65 area. I am 65. Hey, soldier helmet. That's Joffrey's, isn't it? Honor home. Honor home. I think there is a unique tide or a prophecy tide to it for upgrade. And there we are. Wraeclast, Ancient Guardian. Abyss Colossus. Ah yes, we had the Void Maw, Ancient Maw, something prophecy. Plague Maw. Yes, it's actually there. Reading. Difficult.
The Plague Maw enters the Red Realm and leaves a swirling mass of living stone.
Okay. Turn Sugar. Widow Soak Rope. Okay. Let's do the emptying pockets routine again. Wait, Necrosoaks. Rubbish. Oh, currency does not go there. Unique, all the things for sale. We'll just deal with that in between episodes. Widow Silks though, are they any good? Chaos Res, bit of ES. But 7 Chaos does not weigh up against 30 gold. It's Chaos, but it's not enough Chaos. Look, a Val Lightning Trap. I already had one of those. Forgot to use it, but I had one of those. Would have been useful in the fight against Abyss Colossus, to be honest. So, just silence the flamethrowers. That's one of the nice things about the flamethrowers. They are channelers just like me. So they tend to stand in place just like me. So in a staring contest, where we're all in place and just using our skills at each other, I will win. Because my Flame Blast is stronger than their Incinerate. Okay, that just screamed Invader Boss. Just too many effects that did not quite belong here. Coral Ring, that's oh wait, is that a Sibyl's Lament? Yes, Sibyl's Lament. Left ring slot, reduced reflected elemental damage taken. I think I found one of those yesterday as well. Apparently, it is rather common at this point. Not useful. Int, sure, but it's not Chaos Res, so bye bye. And then, is this gonna be it? Is this the waypoint? There's Torment, there's Ghosts. That one went down rather quickly. Was a rare in there, but kind of burned in a single hit, just like all the other fish, squid things. Okay. It's mostly turning into a full clear at this point. Hey, there is the shipyard tower. And it's gone. A little bit of lightning res. It's not enough though to really matter, no matter what the prefix would be, so might as well skip it. Okay, ghosties everywhere. And there is the ghost I was looking for. You. Please liberate this junk from my inventory. Very much appreciated. And then we go here, and we did clear the invader boss here. So all we can do now is simply just move forward. There's a rather long list of quests. Most of them in the end revolve around chatting with Lady Diala. And there we are, Solar's Temple.
I'd love to see the insides of this spell. I can't abide housework.
Note to self, we mostly burned through the useful things. Gem cutters, invasion fully linked, and a strong box with 2 additional rares. At this point we might have actually gotten a full gem cutter card simply from these boxes. And bow, it's not gonna fit in inventory Tetris, so let's just empty our pockets. Exactly. Got a full gem cutter's prism simply from the box. Once we get to Act 4, I have to remember to hand in all the cards, see what we can get out of it. I think there were a couple that gave us blue items. A body armor with life might actually be a decent roll. Well, of course the chance of gaining a useful base item is 1 in 6 for just having a pure int. Okay, what do we need to do with the birds? A mummy system. Bring them to the sculpture. Might be awkward. We're not really heading into the direction she wanted me to. Ah, the voltaic seal. That's one. Other one. Gone. Anything good on this? 31 lightning res. Makes for a decent ring. A Vocata Apocalyptica. That looks like an invader boss. Platinum Scepter. I think we had better, but let's have a quick look. Nope. Okay, so yeah, Kelzora. Not really the best combo for this build, but yeah, we'll survive, we'll manage. I'm afraid Katarina is gonna be, be slightly unhappy with me, but that was not the exit, that was actually a corrupted side area. Okay, it's a little too much going on there. It's always good to take a bit of a step back. Gather your strength, more importantly, just gather your energy shields and then push forward. 64 area, but of course yellows to drop items 2 levels above. Same for uniques. So let's just push forward. It's one of the downsides of pushing through the content a bit faster than you normally would. Well, once you do start to get overleveled, then you run into gear that you can't actually use yet. Okay, that was a little too much suppressing fire for my taste. And Essence of Fear, that was the minion one, exactly. That's not gonna be for this build. Actually found our destination. Though, might have lost a zombie along the way. Yeah, I only got 2 out of 3 zombies in here. So that's slightly awkward. So Katrina, I might have lost a zombie. Yeah, that's a bit of a awkward way to start a conversation with a necromancer. Okay. If I were the exits, where would I hide? Lovely. Instant gratification. It's the best kind of gratification. Okay, second level has the Purity Goddess. Hello there, Perandus Leaks. Necro Silks, 5 sockets, 4 links. That is promising. Given that it does come with 5 sockets, that's gonna be worth a couple of orbs of alteration at least, just to see what we can get out of it. Book burner again. Okay. My spells were better than yours. Ooh. You had me convinced I killed you. Yet I had not. And then we see a ghost. Would have been lovely to chase that one. Ooh, into a unique, I was gonna say, but one into the water. Ghost into the water. There's a goddess there. Possess her. Yes, lovely. And that means more loot for me. I do like loot. Also, that was a bit of a weird ghost. It actually cooperated. That rarely happens. And that actually worked out good enough in the Spirit of Inventory Tetris. Yeah, not a small victory. What can I do with the Val Spirits? We can drop it and leave it be. I believe it's the titanium shields that we find in Act 4 that are the best ones. So we start getting those. Really doesn't pay too much to spend too much resources on trying to turn a crappy blue into a less crappy blue. Ooh, look, it's another ghost. Man. And a rare. What? Let's just bring your ghost to work day or something. Not complaining, just surprised. Okay, this is the time to empty your pockets again. Wait, I think I might have just dumped a couple of leak stones, exactly. And then we move forward again. We still have 2 golems, that is good, means I don't have to resummon them yet. Eventually they will die or just get hit so often that it is useful to replace them. Well, now is not yet that time. So the tapestry just leads us here, so just follow the red carpet. Dodge things happening. There. Master Shrine. Yep. Proves the amount of life you have, so Master Shrines are massively useful. And that is our duty for Lady Diala. And the Eternal Laboratory now lies open to us. Which is good. It's 68 area, so it's a little higher than we are prepared for. Doable, but not entirely part of the plan. So let's empty our pockets and then we can move forward to the Ebony Barracks. Okay. Yeah, these are empty, so that takes us to the warehouse district. Well, the sewers underneath to be specific. Tag, you're it. Invader League, we got a decent opportunity of actually seeing it. Ample Torment. Extra Spirit. Worst that could happen is that it invades coal or something. Then things become hilarious. Void Spawn of Abaxov bloodline, you say? I like Void Spawn of Abaxov. Fighting demons is fun. Especially since our chaos is not negative. It means we actually have a bit of a shot at fighting some of them. Okay.
Come to me, Exile.
Just walking back a little bit. Just to make sure that we don't have the fun enemies in the back here and leaving them behind. Okay, that was a bit more damage than I was expecting. Ah, Evocata Apocalyptica. You're not quite the exile I'm looking for. But we can now at least cross the invader boss from our list. Okay, no purple packs here, no purple packs there, unfortunately. So that's not the Abaxov pack. But that does clear out the bottom of the map so we can push north. 30% lightning, that's worth taking. Let's see, find a revive for corpses, that's 2 there, that's another one there. And return to Katarina. Well, it just came from there. Okay, everybody, please follow along. Okay. So, what level are you now? 6 and a bit. Okay. Wait, Ritual Scepter is 16% elemental damage. Are you kidding me? 2 stone, sure. I think we will hit the waypoint soon enough. Hideout, I think, was a bit faster to get to the stash. And then back to the Ebony Barracks. Yeah, we still have the Abaxov. They, of course, can be everywhere. Static Pulse Bloods, those are unfortunately not the purples I'm looking for. Okay, that's a wall. Okay. Purples, oh purples, where are you? Did I check near the exits? I haven't. The small alcove there. That leads to the maze over there, to the gardens. Unfortunately, nothing is here. This is often where interesting things hide. Oh, could have magicified that. Potentially rolled another rogue exile. I forgot about that. Okay. Decent cold rush. Very nice energy shields. It's not enough though. Want a fixed amount, not a random amount. Also, with 15 all rest, then I need at least 45 in a single rest to beat it point for point. Does make it difficult to be an upgrade. Upsides, of course, those are the problems you want to have, that it becomes really difficult to find something better than what you have. Because of course that means that the gear you've got is pretty darn good. Okay, yes, you. There's a General Gravity somewhere near. Okay, you obviously are not familiar with the level, because really, you can't miss the unique dude that's about a screen or so away from here. Ah, there you are. You. Could have gone for the double possessed gravities. Exactly. Alright, note to self. Ghost possessed uniques have a habit of being slightly more aggressive than normal. Okay, and I got him burning. He's dead. He just doesn't know it. Oh. Actually, he wasn't dead. I thought I knew him. Burning only lasts for 2 or so seconds.
You wanted me burned back in Oriath, Gravisius. That wasn't very nice.
Okay. Maramo is gonna try to give us stuff. Obviously, can't let that happen. That's rubbish. Now we can.
Be well.
And then we get rid of it again. I have to kill Piety to get the reward from a Greiger. Voidspawn of Abaxov. If I were Voidspawn, where would I hide? Near Lunar's temple would be thematically appropriate, I suppose. Okay, but I missed a bit. Okay, so this is why having very highly desirable mods on leak stones while you're trying to level through an area is not good, since you will feel compelled to backtrack and search for mobs, and it's just not that good for your playthrough efficiency. Normally, if I were just doing a very casual, relaxed playthrough, then of course that would not be an issue. This guy is playing on the last night of the Legacy League, which means there's a little bit of a timer going on. Hello. Corrupted and yeah, void spawns. Okay, interesting mix. And I think that was yeah, Bumf. Okay, curse removal, because it's a bit of a pain. Upside is, as an archer, he does stand still relatively well. Upside, he does decent chunks of damage. Okay, out of life flask charges, that doesn't really help. On the other hand, there is enough things to kill here. Okay, Abaxov is no more. And he didn't even have the decency of dropping something useful, so yeah. As much as I like chasing demons, in this case, it's not really helping all that much. It's easier to burn through stones like that in the dried lake or some other more easily farmable area. Jungle Valley maps also great for that, of course, since you will be doing a full clear. It's relatively linear. Okay, Lunaris 1. Yeah, thank you, Door, for spawning underneath my mouse in the opposite direction, but I should have known. This layout is usually pretty static. Well, from here on out it usually goes rather quickly with the remainder of Act 3. Piety fight, Dominus fight. Let's see, mirrored items, ignites, extra socket. Sure. That's too much damage from the necromancers there. Of course. Exploding corpses is relatively doable. Let's see, anything good here? 15%. This one, nope. And the other one's gonna be a clone. Selling a cloned chromatic. Sure. Clone something that you want to potentially craft on. Not so useful because you can't craft on mirrored items. Oh, another yellow here. Boom. Ooh, yellow Arcanist Strongbox. Okay. Where's the boss? These are just the zombies. There you are. Grand Inquisitor. And then time to mop up a little bit. Okay, what's in the Arcanist? Freezes me. Okay, we can do that. I got freeze removal. Increase quantity. That's not bad for an Arcanist box. Transmute, fuse, transmute. Oh yeah, something that I haven't actually encountered yet. It's one of those legacy keystone things to open up the secret room that gives you green items. I haven't actually found one of those yet. Despite this being my third character that makes its way through Merciless. They were rather rare, or I was just really unlucky. That's both our options. Okay, there's gonna be a call in the back, but the shrine does make it a bit more tricky. Extra cold damage, that's less useful. And coal is there. Let's grab the shrine. Okay, I don't like you. You don't like me. Let's agree on that. And then explode you. And you're dead. Excellent. Time to move on. Okay, let's guess. Nope, this is not the way. Definitely not the way. Shoot around corners? Yes, why not? I have big circular explosion things. I was getting backstabbed. So focused on the pack in there that I completely overlooked the fact that there was stuff behind me. Not the best of moves, but hey, I did manage to survive. It's one of the reasons why I tend to build sturdy characters, because, well, they need to be rather forgiving of a player error. And that looked like a dead end. That looked like a dead end. Ah, this is the way forward. So you only need like 1 or 2 charge levels of Flameblast to kill regular mobs. Just like the larger area, making it easier to just wipe entire packs, but in the same amount of time you can actually just shoot 3 times or something at just subsections of the pack, and that's gonna help you clear. And in fact, it's probably gonna be safer, because of course the more things you kill, the less of their friends can be shooting at you in the process. Okay, there's a hex font somewhere. Or was that just the regular necromancer dudes? Yeah, that might be. They do curse you. Okay, if you're gonna go more for the small clickies, then you definitely have a more active playstyle with this, rather than going for the small clickies. Or rather than for the large clickies. Large clickies, they pin you in time, in place longer. It's more passive, more tanky, they're more dangerous. Definitely something that more naturally comes to me. If you're a bit more mobile, a bit more light on your feet, it is a safer thing to do. Okay, spine crack. So 6 or 7 charges. Again, it wasn't a full one, but I did manage to set him on fire, I believe. And Carnal is 32. I want the opal. That's 40% elemental. Another level of Flame Blast. That is always nice. Okay, and there is the stairs up. Ooh. Putting down the Orb of Storms definitely helps to just set up our elemental equilibrium. Means you have to click even less. And alright, we were making our way to the Written in Blood. It's nice when they're shooting at a place where you no longer are. I don't want to leave too many things behind me. It is useful to have at least a little bit of a safe avenue of retreat. Okay, yellow. Might take a little longer. Strongbox, note to self. Transmute those things first. 4 items, sure. And then there's one over there. Immortality. Yeah, you can enjoy it. Temporarily. And I blow you to bits and you have nothing. Nothing. Bloodlines Lake Stone. Hey, that's a map wide one. That won't compel me to actually hunt for things. So we can keep it. Life regen. Wow, 2 heavy belts. And a stag scepter. That's elemental penetration. And I think 4% is really gonna add all that much in the bigger picture here. Okay, note to self. Pushed a little too far. The Lunar's Priestess, Sire of Shards. That's a staff that turns socketed projectiles into a Nova or something. It's definitely a staff that has some interesting gameplay modifiers, because it just modifies how your spell works. Another staircase. Final one before we get to the staircase that leads us to the wagons. Do have a conk effect on switch somewhere still. Funny enough. Ooh, anarchy. That's rogue exile. And there we are. Let's see. So 2 wagons leads to a place where there's lots of wagons blocking the roads. I think that was the rule of thumb I thought up for myself. So the 1 wagon is the place where you can move forward. Well. Suddenly getting surrounded by blood elementals. Maybe not the best thing in the world. Small dead end room to the side. That's not something I see all that often. Or notice all that often, might be a better one. Mana, poor fire rest, so it goes. Let's throw that fish back so it can grow up a little bit. Not quite sure if that works for items the same as it works for fish, but we can hope. Talisman. And there's the ground door, so that means we are gonna get ambushed here. Always an ambush here by blues. And then piety. Piety, piety. Does whatever piety does. Cult investment. It's 4 linked. It's not a 5 link. But still. Reasonable cold dress. But the other one is just rubbish. So. Bitey. Let's murder her.
Of all the worlds you could have conquered, you had to choose.
Trap.
On a feeble imagination.
Recharge. Dead. Oh. Where'd you go? Ice charger, so let's just drink some antifreeze, and good we are.
I loved your work, Piety. It was you I wasn't very fond of.
Okay, semi-gloves, are those any good? Oh. 67 life, that's a nice prefix. And fire acid, it's not chaos, but has some potential. Let's just stash it, get some skill points from Grigor. Like that.
Guy.
So,
Piety,
there we are, 2 skill points.
unfortunately,
So that gets us part 1 and part 2. More life, more energy shields. Then next up we have a bloodlines socket that is going to be for the area afterwards. I mean, I'm okay with just using it on like half an area. But something like the Ebony Barracks, which we're just gonna walk 2 screens through, it feels like a bit of a waste. You will defeat the undead blackguard near the ruined cart. That's gonna be near the entrance into the tower. Okay, waypoint. It's very rather quiet so far. And some bloodlines. Heralds of the Obelisk, of course. Does come with the bloodlines territory. Okay, and of course there's one of those silly porcupines, even more than one. S3 down here. And that is all because the totems disappeared. Okay, more blues or purples, sorry. Union of Souls, okay, we can work with that. Those are big porcupines. Okay. Flame bearers. Lovely. We can actually walk around them. That is also lovely. And then the undead will be there. Quest of Prophecy purple. And gone.
A soldier in black's journey is cut short at the foot of the tower.
Okay. Yeah, slowly advancing here. Scepter of God. Ah. Hour and a half, not quite bad.
What goes up must come down.
Okay. What are you? Legacy of Seal. No more. Okay. yellow. Just a regular yellow. Very much dead. Fluff bears. Those bear a little bit more attention. Or at least require some more attention to be paid to them, because otherwise they might explode in your face. More legacy. There was a lair in the back somewhere. Oh, wait, that's just a side room. This probably contains the stairs. Exactly. Okay, that's a lot of enemies. Okay. Universals. Okay. I'd quite appreciate getting mobbed like that. Ah, I was getting chilled. That explains why it felt like my casting was slowed down, because in fact it was. I was just getting chilled. You buggers. So those guys actually deal some damage, the evangelists. Here, have some golems. Well, they are fellow spellcasters, of course. Oh, and there's a trapper boss in the back. Okay. I'm gonna call this chapter of the story Hit and Run Tactics. So that's basically what's happening here. Funny enough, the boss is the easiest to take down of everything here. Okay, just again, lots and lots of stuff happening here. Might be behind there. No. And it's probably there. The exit, that is. Yeah, exactly. Let's see, what's the area? 66. I am also 66, so that means I am on a level. Forgot whether level 2, the upper scepter, gave you an extra level on top for 67, or whether it remained at 66. I think Dryad Lake was 67, so this probably remains at 66 then. Upper scepter got. It would be useful to get a waypoint. On the other hand, do I care? No, I don't. We're doing this in a single pass. Anyway. And once I'm in Act 4, I never need to go back to Act 3 on this character. That's not where I need to be. Probably I need to be here. Exactly. Okay, that's again, there's a lot of stuff happening. There we are. Got him. Nice. Oh, Legacy of Zeal. Oh. Got a suspicion the boss fight up top might go faster than the entire trip through the tower. Simply because I tend to spend most of my time here walking or just looking for a slightly safer spot from where to cast. Up top on the spire there's not that many enemies. They're stronger, that's for sure. But you don't really get the effect of getting overwhelmed by enemies all that much. You generally do have some space to maneuver in. That's probably going to be a dead end, so then we probably have to be there. Oh, missed it. Okay. Of course, the presence of choke points here, it is very useful. If they're there and you need them, use them. Then it's there. Okay, Scion Prison, which means we're on the final level. Let's see, what are you? Spirit Walkers, okay. Chaos Orb. Useful for crafting. And there is the last of its pack. Satin Slippers adds to the level. There we are. Might as well empty my pockets first. Then we can pick up the loot and move forward from there. Okay. Oh. 67. It was actually a level higher, so I'm slightly under-leveled now. But well, I do have the important thing, that's a bleeding removal flask. So here goes. Scepter of God.
You invite the master that called you here?
So, just killing enemies, multiple with a blast. Do love how that works. Is that Orcus? No, that's the Kali the Crazed. That's Orcus.
Have you ever seen the true face of God, Exile?
Oh, every morning when I watch into the mirror.
The touch of God!
Or don't you like it when I'm mocking you, Mr. Dominus?
Die! The touch of God!
Yeah. A little bit of God complex here. Okay, and he's gone.
Illusion, Exile.
So, put down a trap. Keep things charged up. When we see a health bar, he goes bye-bye. That. Yeah. Bye-bye.
No one will cry for you, Dominus. Not a soul.
Not a soul. Oh, that was rather straightforward. Hello, Lady Diala. Are you happy? I am happy. Both happy. Good. Well, that concludes Act 3. It's an hour and 40 minutes from start to end, or from town to end. So I think that's probably one of my new personal records. It was a fun blitzing through, definitely a little bit of a change of pace, but well, we're at a time limit here, so now it means I got 3 more hours and 15 minutes until midnight, which is when Legacy League ends. So let's see how far I can get. For now, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next episode. Bye bye.